Oh yeah, I gotta review this book real quick.
What are you doing, Stepbro?
So I just finished reading the Alphacore and stuff like that. It took me a couple of days. But I had to finish it and stuff like that because, working and all that stuff. And the Alphacore, the first one, the volume one, it's written by Chuck Dixon from the company of Rippaverse. If you guys don't know who the Rippaverse is a company created by Eric July, somewhat of a controversial figure, so they claim.
He's threatening me. Fall flat on the couch. He's threatening me. Threaten you with what, nigga? What are you talking about? What am I threatening you with? What can I do? I don't need him. I've been in the game for 50 years. Comic Pro. Okay, you the big bad booty daddy. What can I do to you? I can't do anything to you, man. But apparently I'm some guru. I got the strings attached. I'm just some evil, sinister fucking puppet master, and I'm going around controlling people. Controlling them to do what? Who the fuck knows? But it sounds very evil because Eric July is conspiring.
And he was tired of the whole comic book industry and all that stuff, and decided to launch his own. And this is the third book from the company. This is the third book, and so far, I'd say they did a really good job. But we're not here to talk about ISOM, the 1 or 2. We're here to talk about Alphacore. What I like about it, what I think they could have done better, and so on and so forth. First, as usual, we'll start off with customer service. Customer service is freaking fantastic. Like, when they set a deadline, they reach that deadline, and if there's any hiccup, they'll let you know in advance. I always get email from Rippaverse and all that stuff. They tell me, tracking out my tracking out my shipping and all that stuff. It's beautiful. They're like, when you reach out to them, they'll get back to you within 24 hours. That's like high level customer service. Like, you wouldn't expect something like that from someone who just started his company. And that's how you know he's serious about his stuff. With the business aspect of the company, it's just spot on. I really enjoy it. I can't say anything negative about that. Now, let's get to the storyline.
Fluorspar can be an unpredictable city. But fluency doesn't mitigate its problems. In some ways, it amplifies them. This is why we're deployed. But we've seen better days.
The storyline was amazing, y'all. When you I started reading it when I was on my way to Canada, right? Because I had to go pick up something in Canada, stuff like that. And I had to remind myself I needed to catch up on some sleep. That book was it was nice. It was amazing. Like, the stories flows, like, you didn't feel like it was being rushed. And at the same time, when the pacing was incredible. Chuck Dixon did a very good job with the pacing. And the story is about, this group of Accept, who are part of the police force. But there's some conflict going on between them and the police force as far as, when they're supposed to operate within the crime unit and all that stuff. And sometimes, they would, one of the main character would actually just get in there without him being called, but actually, avoid the bigger situation. But he still gets scrutinized for it because it wasn't a freak call or something like that, right? And then plus there's also the escalation with the bad guy. that like started off with him trying to get rid of a package or something like that out of a safety deposit box. But every time, like, you know, one mistake leads to another mistake, leads to another mistake. It's a very nice detective work, and it's beautifully done. Chuck Dixon, you're the GOAT. You did an awesome job with that.
Then why are we just now debriefing?
This mission is not complete.
Artwork. The artwork. Oh my God, the artwork was freaking amazing. Amazing. Like, it's very difficult to describe it. Like some of these things, like I would say, for example, the like some of the police light, it's like some of them could have been used a little bit more on the graphic scale of things, right? However, that's like a very minute mistakes compared to like the rest of these things were just like beautifully done. The shading, the pencil work, all of that stuff was just freaking amazing, right? However, I got like probably one, maybe two reservation about it. Like one of them was when the shuttle, when their headquarters was actually falling down, right? And then one of the main characters, the main leading character, I forgot his name. And then one aspect of the, you know, the design, he looked like he just had on regular clothes and all that stuff. And then when he's outside of it, obviously, you know, it showed him like ripping off his one of his like shirt and everything like that, right? But my whole point is this, with that little hiccup, is like, if let's say things are falling apart, right? Things are falling apart. When are you going to have time to change to your superhero outfit and try to actually go outside of the ship and try to maintain and try to, like, you know, upkeep it and all that stuff? Because you wouldn't have time for it. You would just like get out of there with whatever clothes that you're wearing, fly over and actually try to uphold that ship, right? That was the only hiccup I would actually, that's the only criticism I would give it. And also the second one would be, I think, at the end of it, when all three of them show up towards the bad guys, you know, the master plan of this whole scenario and shit like that, right? And he felt like it didn't give it that pacing was like, it didn't show how they came to the conclusion how these guys were the bad guys, right? It felt like it was just too rushed into the aspect, you know, because the book is a lot of pages, so I can understand that, but I think it would have been better to have like a couple more pages explaining how they came up to that conclusion. Maybe, or maybe not. So that's the ending. So I like the comic aspect of it. It's not too much. It's a little bit of touch to give the characteristic of each of the personalities of each character, and you could see the differences. And Chuck Dixon did a really good job to differentiate between the two of different motivations, so on and so forth, and it was good. So, and by the way, the really heart-throbbing moment was when that police officer, when he sacrificed his life in order to actually protect you know, the precinct, and you know, all that crash. A lot more people could have died if it wasn't for him. And I like the way that they set him up. It's like you see a different aspect of it, and then of this person, they built, you know, Chuck Dixon built him up that you like him, and then after that, you know, he was sacrificed for the greater good. So I think it was great. Overall, customer service wise, it's a 10 out of 10. Artwork wise, I would give it a 9 out of 10. And as far as the storyline goes, I also give it a 9 out of 10 because the pacing was freaking incredible. And outside of this little thing that I mentioned, I definitely recommend it. It's a great book. You guys should check it out. And yeah, Rippaverse, y'all should get into that book, man. Y'all should definitely get into that universe because, it is awesome. I can't wait for Alphacore too. I'm looking forward to it. I had like so many of them. I bought like all 4 copies, and plus the one that's actually and plus the one that is like signed by Chuck Dixon. So yeah, it was a great investment. So let me know what you guys think down below. Check out the Rippaverse.com and get you one of these books and all that stuff. And then yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
He's threatening me. Oh.